What's up, guys? It's Dan from DC Motorsports. Got a little tutorial video for you today. As you can see, we're outside. We can't be in the shop today, unfortunately. It's just too much stuff going on. So what I got for you guys today is, as per my last video, you saw that we were working with kind of shitty brakes. So what we did was we went out and we ordered the Lugnut 4x4 conversion kit. So we got our calipers, hoses, brackets, and we got some slotted rotors and hub seals. Now, I'm not going to go over every little tiny detail that there is to taking off the old brakes, but I am going to go over installing all the brackets and everything else. Basically what I've started here so far, as you can see, I took my 4x4 switch off. I'm going to get this off. I'm going to get the caliper off. I'm going to take the bearings out and slide the hub off, and so I'll catch up after I have this done. Alright, so we got the hub off. Pretty much all I did was just take all the lock nuts and washers and all that stuff off. Got the hub off there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a 17mm and take these 5 nuts off this. And what this is going to do is it's going to release this caliper bracket off of the knuckle itself. Alright guys, as you see here, got the caliper bracket off. There was this little spacer that went in between the caliper bracket and the hub itself. So now the new brackets. This is a 1990 Dana 60 Ford axle. So these brackets, as you can see here, have a kick to them. If you could pick that up, it's got a bend. Bend goes towards the inside of the vehicle. So you have your knuckle, then you have this spacer bracket, then you have this plate, then you have your spindle. So I'm going to pop this together, and then we'll get our rotor on. Alright, so I figured out where my bracket goes. Now this bracket, as you can see here, has a little bit of a kick up. You could either have it, the caliper, so it's sitting straight to the back, or having a little kick up. I decided to put it where it has a little bit of a kick up, which you can't see kind of right now. Maybe you can see it. So this goes spindle, bracket, and then they include a 1/8 spacer that goes between this bracket and the knuckle. So the spacer's got to go on first, then the bracket, then your spindle. So I'm going to get these bolts back in the spindle, and then we're going to work on the calipers. Alright guys, so I just said we were going to talk about the caliper, but we're actually going to talk about the rotors. So I got these nice slotted rotors, and they're painted. So what you have to do with the Fords and I believe the Chevys, you got to bang out all the wheel studs, put the rotor on from the back, and then bang back in the wheel studs. So I'm going to get this rotor done, and we'll continue on. Alright, so we got the rotor on. All I did was take my punch and a sledgehammer, and you just go around and you do these. You kind of like just set them first. You don't tap them all the way home, and just follow your standard lug pattern that you do when tightening your wheels down, and just make sure they're seated all the way. Then once you're done with that, since the kit did include new seals, I'm gonna just double check that these are the correct seals. I'm gonna pop out my old seal, throw some new ones on, and we'll continue putting this together. Alright, so I have all put back together, playing with the caliper, trying to slide the caliper on, and we have a little bit of a clearance issue. So this caliper is supposed to be able to slide between that point and that point, but it seems that the tolerance is a little too tight. I could probably get it in if I tapped it with a hammer, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my whiz wheel and I'm going to grind these down a little bit just to make enough clearance so we could slide the caliper in there and it can move freely, and we'll get that going. So we got the caliper on. Took a little finagling, but we got her on. So we got our brake pads installed in there, new pins. I'm going to take this all back apart when we paint everything and things get sent out to powder coat and whatnot, but for now, these are calipers on there. Got my new stainless steel brake lines, brake hoses I should say. They go up to the frame. And that's pretty much the Dana 60 kit. It went together fairly smooth. I didn't have a lot of hiccups, a couple of little adjustments here and there, but hey, this will work a lot better than the Ford slide pins. These things, I hate these things. So the other side, same exact thing, no difference. So that's the end of the video. I am going to put a video together when I do the 14 bolt rear conversion from the same company, Lugnut 4x4. As long as the rear is the same as the kit that's up here, shouldn't have any major issues. And they have a kit that utilizes the stock. It lets you keep your stock e-brake. So you get basically, I believe they're Cadillac Eldorado calipers. So it keeps the e-brake for the rear. This is a manual truck, so I like having my emergency brake and parking brake. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching.